Hey guys, Andrew Marsh here with Drew Fit. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you my perspective as to why a lot of us are losing our hair, how to stop that hair loss, and how to actually regrow hair that we may have lost in the previous years. Now, I want to be very clear. If you have a full bald head right now, chances are you aren't going to grow back all of your hair. The main goal with this is to give you a healthy scalp, one that is free of funguses, parasites, and overproduction of sebum, leaving your head too shiny. And when you take care of all of these things, you may have a chance to regrow your hair back. I personally have experienced this in just 5 short days. Now, let me be very clear. I'm not going to give you guys the classic conventional runaround that says that DHT is the main culprit to your hair loss. I'm going to be giving you the different perspective that says that a fungal issue, parasite issue, or maybe an overproduction of sebum on the scalp may be causing your hair loss. This is an avenue that not a lot of people are talking about, so I hope that this information can broaden your horizon and that you guys can implement these practices to help regrow your hair and stop hair loss. And just know, guys, that the end game here is to give you an overall healthier scalp. Whether it regrows hair or not, the end game here is to have healthier skin and a healthier scalp. So number one, guys, you must detoxify your scalp. And the best way to do this, I know a lot of you do not want to hear this, but you have to shave your head if you want the best results. You can do these things without shaving your head, but it's much better to just shave it and get directly to the source and start implementing these practices. So the number one practice to detoxify your scalp is very simple. If you have a sauna, go in there for about 15 to 20 minutes, and when your pores starting to open up and you're starting to sweat pretty profusely on your head, all you need is a towel and some fingernails. And what you do, you put your fingernails to the edge of the towel, and then you start to scrape the sweat off of your head using your fingernails pretty deep. And what you will come to find is that there is some nasty buildup on your scalp. And fortunately for me, it only took one practice to get all of this crap off of my head, because I went back in yesterday and nothing came off. Now, what is that coming off of my head? Is it dead skin cells? Could it be fungus? Could it be parasite? Could it actually be that these parasites are pooping inside of the scalp and that is what you're scraping off? Who knows exactly what it is, but I do know that after I did that practice, that my scalp immediately felt healthier, and I felt like I could actually breathe through my scalp. And I also noticed that when I rubbed my hand across my head, that in the thinner area of my head, my hair actually started to feel a lot stronger than it ever has. So number one, guys, you want to get all of this crap off of your head by doing physical practice, guys, by scraping your scalp. And yeah, you might lose some hair, but the good thing is you're getting that crap off of your head immediately. Because what these things are doing essentially is cutting off all circulation to the follicle, meaning your follicles can now breathe, and you're detoxifying, which is allowing the nutrients to get into the hair follicle. Now, the number two way to detoxify your scalp, and I highly recommend this, is using proper soap. There's 2 soaps that I recommend. Number one is a turpentine soap that can be found on Amazon, or one soap that I like is the Grandpa Soap Company, and it is their Thylox Acne Treatment Soap. I'm not affiliated, I don't make any money off of them, but I found this at my local health food store, and the thing I like about it is that it is 3% sulfur. And if you know anything about parasites and bacteria and fungus, is that they cannot live when sulfur is present. So what I did was I soaped my scalp up with this sulfur bar, and I let it sit there for about 5 minutes. And then I rinsed it off normally, and my scalp felt really tight and clean and free of all this slimy gunk on my head. It's very crucial that after you cleanse your scalp that deeply, that you normalize the oil production on your head. And this is what happens with a lot of people, is that when they get too dry of a scalp, that they get too much sebum production, and too much sebum production can actually cause you to lose your hair because it starts to clog up the hair follicle. So one thing that I like to do after doing the sauna protocol and then using the sulfur shampoo, and what I do a half hour to an hour after cleansing my scalp, is that I will put a few drops of emu oil directly on my scalp, and this normalizes the oil production on my scalp. And emu oil has a lot of essential nutrients that help with hair growth and overall skin health. And that's an oil that I like to use. There are a lot of other oils out there that people like to use to normalize the oil production on their scalp, but make sure you're doing one that actually supports the hair. Now, when it comes to regrowing hair, detoxifying the scalp is probably the #1 solution for regrowing hair because you're getting all the junk that's enabling your hair from regrowing in the first place. But you do want to implement a few other practices to help grow new hair. That could be a good diet and so on and so forth. But I'm going to share with you 3 things today that are going to get you on the right track. Now, #1, you want to make sure that you're consuming a lot of good quality water. When I'm talking about good quality water, I'm talking about water free of inorganic minerals, parasites, bacteria, or even funguses that could be in your water supply. So I don't recommend tap water. I don't even recommend spring water. What I consume is distilled water, and I drink about a gallon of it. I actually make my own distilled water every day, and I put it in a glass jar. So I make sure that I'm getting the most clean water that I can, because if you're consuming bacteria and parasites, chances are they're going to make their way to their skin, and you're going to have a breeding ground for all of this crap on your scalp, causing you to lose hair. So get good, clean water, whether it's distilled water or reverse osmosis. Those are probably my top 2. And a couple other products that I recommend are really going to help stimulate hair growth. This is a product that I've been using for a few years now, and it is collagen peptides. Collagen has been shown to support healthy hair, skin, and nails. Me personally, I notice the more collagen I take, whether it's 2 or 3 scoops a day, my hair grows insanely fast. And that's what you want if you're trying to regrow hair in your head, is you want to supply them the proper nutrition, and collagen is the way to do that. #1 supplement that I recommend for regrowing your hair, I'm not going to get into the details, it is magnesium bicarbonate. This is from the company Pristine Hydro. You can make your own. I have a video on that you guys can check out, but I highly recommend magnesium bicarbonate, guys, because magnesium is the 4th most abundant mineral in the body. And the thing is, it's not in our food supply anymore due to unethical practices that were done in about the 40s or 50s that took all the magnesium out of the foods that we consume. So we're simply not getting it in our diet today, which means about 99 to 100% of us are probably depleted in this mineral if you're not supplementing with it already. And it has to be bicarbonate. It can't be citrate. It can't be oxide, because those things can cause damage further on down the road. So I hope this video helps, guys. If you have any questions or comments, please drop them below, and good luck on your journey to growing a thicker head of hair. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks, guys.